Good evening and welcome to Prime TV News with me, Barnaka Manathunga. First, a look at your headlines. Police curfew imposed in Northwestern Province and Gampha Police Division from 7 p.m. today to 4 a.m. tomorrow. Buyer of the van that transported Kochikade bomber nabbed. Foreign countries hail Sri Lanka's success in investigations. President says nations should work to trounce international terrorism and religious extremism. And in foreign news, Alabama bans abortions. First, in local news, police spokesman SP Ruwan Gunasekara says the person who brought out the van that was used to transport the suicide bomber to the Kochikade St. Anthony's Church has been arrested in Kartankudi.
අද දිනේත් වයඹ පළාතට වගේම ගම්පහ පොලිස් කොට්ටාසයට බලපැවැත්වෙන ලෙස
The police spokesman was speaking at a media briefing presided by security officials today. Ruwan Gunasekara stated that police curfew will be imposed to the Northwestern Province and the Gampha Police Division from 7 p.m. today to 4 a.m. tomorrow. He said that 78 suspects have been arrested from Kurunagala, Kuliyapitiya, Nikavaratiya and Chilau areas for engaging in violent acts. Navy Commander Admiral Piel de Silva urges the general public to extend their support to ongoing security arrangements to maintain law and order in the country. He was speaking in a media briefing held in Colombo today.
Sri Lanka Navy has deployed close to 2,000 troops to assist police in order to ensure law and order in the country. The armed forces and police are there to ensure the security of all Sri Lankans. Let them do their duties without any hindrance. Troops on ground have been ordered to use minimum force to neutralize anyone engaged in uncontrollable or unlawful acts. The law will be strongly enforced against any violence. Sri Lanka Navy not only provides security for internal affairs but also strengthen the surveillance and patrols at sea. As a result, 78 kilograms of cannabis have been taken into custody this morning. In addition, on 11th of this month, another 74 kilograms of Kerala cannabis have been taken into custody.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe says foreign organisations too are amazed at the progress of investigations being implemented on the Easter Sunday attack. The Premier was speaking at a discussion with the office bearers of the Communication Force of the UNP. He highlighted that recent conflicts were successfully contained by Monday. He pointed out that investigations on ISIS activities in Sri Lanka are in progress successfully. The Prime Minister said that it is imperative to safeguard some information pertaining to investigations and that cannot be divulged. The entire terror network has come into light within 1 month. Prime Minister Wickremesinghe noted that foreign countries too have hailed Sri Lanka's success in connection with countering terrorism, and only several countries in the world have been able to mark this amount of success. The Prime Minister said that though Prabhakaran killed Alfred Dorayappa, direct evidence of his crimes was uncovered after 20 years at the central bank attack. But with the Easter Sunday attack, a complete range of evidence has been uncovered by the sleuths to prosecute the criminals. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has ordered the police to take action against the elements who engage in violent acts under the Civil and Political Rights Covenant and the emergency law regulations. The Prime Minister had given the order in consequent to the violent acts reported on the 12th and 13th of this month. With the intervention of tri-forces and the police, the situation has been brought to normalcy. The Prime Minister's office announced that a group of people who engaged in the violent acts had been taken into police custody and remanded after being produced before the court. The violent acts were reported on the 13th of this month in Kurunagala, Variyapola, Kuliyapitiya, Nikavaratiya, Puttalam, Chilau and Minuwangoda. The Prime Minister, who ensued a discussion with the Cabinet of Ministers, ordered the police to impose curfew island-wide. 9 out of 14 people who were arrested in the Minuwangoda area in connection with the violent acts were produced before the Minuwangoda Magistrates Court. The court ordered them to be remanded till the 29th of this month. The rest of the suspects will also be produced before the court. More than 60 people have been arrested in connection with the violent acts in the Northwestern Province. 9 out of them were brought to the book and remanded till 27th of this month. The Prime Minister has instructed the police to charge the suspects under the Civil and Political Rights Covenant. The Premier has also instructed the acting IGP to impose curfew as necessity arises. The Prime Minister's office further states that Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe visited affected people in the Kurunegala district yesterday. He had held a special discussion with the Cabinet of Ministers following the visit. In more local news, Speaker Karu Jayasuriya says all Sri Lankans should join hands irrespective of political differences. The Speaker was speaking to reporters after meeting with Malvathu and Askari chief prelates. Speaker Karu Jayasuriya, who visited the Askari Viharya, called on Chief Prelate of Askari chapter, Most Venerable Varakagoda Sri Nyanratna Thera. Acting Defence Minister Ruwan Vijayawardena and State Minister Eran Vikramaratne also accompanied the Speaker. The Speaker and the Ministers also paid a courtesy call on the Chief Prelate of the Malvathu chapter, Most Venerable Tibbatuave Sri Sumangala Thera, and Anunayakas Venerable Nibul Kumbure Vimaladhamma Thera and Niyangoda Vijita Siri Thera. The Speaker and the Ministers also called on Chief Prelate of the Ramanya Nikaya, Most Venerable Napane Pemasiri Thera, at the Vidyasagar Pirivena in Hurikaduwa. Addressing the reporters, Acting Defence Minister Ruwan Vijayawardena said that no media censorship has been put in place in the country. He also emphasised that no culprit attached with the April 21st attack will be supported by the government. He also highlighted that the government will never allow room to sabotage the National Vesak Festival, though some quarters are trying to do so. Meanwhile, Acting Defence Minister Ruwan Vijayawardena made an inspection tour in the Minuwangoda area that was hit by recent riots. The minister ensued discussions with residents in Minuwangoda and inquired about the damaged property. The army has begun an extensive investigation into the incident of a person who was clad in an army uniform and engaged in violent acts in Tunmodara.
The army has paid serious attention on the incident after video footage of the incident being circulated on social media. In the video, the suspect had been supporting the mobs. The army also urged the public to provide information about the person. The army headquarters issuing a message says that if it is confirmed that the person is a real army soldier, stern disciplinary action will be taken against him. The army headquarters requests the people to provide information about the suspect on hotline 0112 514 280.
A customary function was held to welcome newly appointed Chief Justice Jayanta Jayasuriya at the Supreme Court premises. Jayanta Jayasuriya was appointed as the 47th Chief Justice of the country. Addressing the gathering, he said that it is compulsory for judges of courts to work with a view to engender public trust. He pointed out that acts of a single judge could deteriorate the image of the entire judiciary system. He highlighted that it is the duty of the judges to consolidate public trust to ensure democracy and law and order in the society. Jayanta Jayasuriya had been serving as the Attorney General Department for 35 years, and his service was also admired at the event. Attorney General Dappula de Vera was also present. The State Vesak Festival will be held at the historical Totagamua Ranpat Rajamaha Vihara in Telvatta on the 17th and 18th of this month. The State Vesak Festival will be held with the support from state institutes. The premises of the Ranpat Viharya has been decorated as a sacred land. The Venerable Mahasangha requests the general public to mark the Vesak Festival observing Amisa and Pratipatti Puja. The Mahasangha also requests the public to be vigilant on the security situation. The Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka initiated a number of regulatory actions as temporary measures under the provisions of the Finance Business Act on the Finance Company PLC, with a view to safeguard the interests of the depositors and other stakeholders of the company. Regulatory measures include suspension of accepting new deposits, withdrawal of deposits and disbursement of loans and advances to facilitate the restructuring process of TFC. The Monetary Board of the Central Bank has decided to extend in order to consider the business restructuring proposal supported by the company. Interest due on deposits will be paid continuously. The depositors may contact the Department of Supervision on Non-Bank Financial Institutions of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka through 0112 477 573 0112 477 229, 0112 477 504, or snbfi_query@cbsl.lk for further clarifications. Sri Lanka's Navy's offshore patrol vessel Samudra reached the Changi port of Singapore.
The Samudra ship reached Singapore to participate in the International Maritime Defence Show being held in Singapore. The ship was received by the Singaporean Navy according to Naval Customs. Acting Sri Lankan High Commissioner in Singapore, O.L. Amirajwad, was also present at the event. The show is attended by delegations from 33 countries. Basic communication, flag hoisting, firefighting and damage control and safekeeping boat distance line will include the exercises to be performed during the show.
Attendance of school children has shown some progress today. Activities in schools were held as usual. The number of students present at Ananda and Nalanda colleges has increased significantly. The security initiative implemented in schools was supported by parents and different stakeholders. Meanwhile, students of the Royal College Colombo have organised religious programs to mark the Vesak festival. Academic activities of the schools in Saindamarudu have also commenced. According to Educational Director of Ampara, Vimalasena Madhumarachi, attendance of students in Ampara schools exceeded 85%. He hopes attendance of students in schools will be 100% by tomorrow. Security forces have taken measures to ensure maximum security in schools in the Ampara district. Academic activities in Galle district are in progress successfully. According to the school principals, presence of students has increased significantly. The education officers in the Kantale education zone say attendance of students in schools will reach 100% in the coming 2 days. President of the Free Education Movement, Sudatta Ratnayaka, said that some political groups are propagating false information to fulfill their intentions. Academic activities in the schools in Northwestern Province were commenced today after lifting the curfew. Our correspondent stated that presence of students in schools was satisfactory. Finally, in local news, 3 people have been killed in an accident that took place at Madatugama area in Kakirava. The accident has resulted as a lorry and a van had collided head-on. 6 people who sustained injuries in the accident were rushed to the Dambulla hospital. A Buddhist monk is also among the injured. The deceased are members of the same family. According to police, a group of pilgrims who were returning from Anuradhapura to Mathale had met with this accident. The cause of the accident is the driver of the van falling asleep. Those are all your local stories for today. Let's take a look at Biz News. Well, that's all from us at Prime TV. Be sure to check out www.itnnews.lk for all your news needs. I'm Barnack Manathunga. Have a pleasant evening.